Captain, you may as well start dinner without me. Listen, Captain, I'm gonna need you to pick up my truck at the county yard in about an hour or so. Seems I'm going to be detained for a little while we sort things out. You know me, Captain. I always try to get things done quick as I can. That won't be necessary. Listen, Captain, I gotta go.
Where do you have to go?
Well, Captain, looks like I'm going to jail.
Thanks, Professor. I should be able to find my way from here. And I do appreciate you dropping me off before you drive your mother back to England. That looks like the way up ahead.
What you here for, mate?
Red truck with a piano in the back.
That be the 59 Rumbler. Tell me, is it the GTX?
I think so.
Then riddle me this. Where on God's green earth did you ever find one in such good condition? For heaven's sake, there were only but a few dozen ever made.
It was in the backyard. How much do I owe you?
I like you, Captain. Hook up and tow, umpty more, and a little leather. Storage, 1 day minimum. Be about another 5 more to 3 comes to an arm and a leg and a hips.
Can I write you a check?
Oh, I like you, Captain. Cash on the barrel. Prison, you say? What's he in for?
The charges are indecent exposure, creating a public disturbance, excessive noise, and littering.
I have kept my thoughts to myself, but I won't be surprised when it is revealed that it turns out Dude is a degenerate.
Come on, Doc. He says he is innocent. He's representing himself at a hearing this afternoon.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Wannabe.
Court is in session.
I have read the charges in the case of Metro versus Dude and understand you have pled not guilty of all counts.
Yes, Your Honor.
Further, I have been informed that against the advice of counsel, you've chosen to represent yourself in the matter before the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have decided to allow this hearing to go forward without counsel and grant you privilege to represent yourself concerning these charges.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
I am confident that when you hear my story, you will realize this is all just one big misunderstanding. I'm just going to start at the beginning when Buddy got a call from a client. Seems SYD Studio was on the move again. Second time in 3 years. Buddy and I assisted in the move, and when we got there, we quickly discovered the new digs were infested with hornets, or wasps. Not really sure which. I'm not a biologist, but I try. The captain asked me if I could get rid of them, and I was able to further our contract.
The captain?
Yeah, the captain runs the studio.
Would it be safe for the court to assume that this recently relocated studio resides on a body of water somewhere?
No, the new SYD Studio location is up in the hills, less than 20 blocks from here.
Hear that? Let the record reflect that the defendant's client is the captain of a landlocked studio.
That was a bit distracting, but I get it. After the rain, when I was having lady girl troubles, Buddy got a call back and I had to try again with my assault on their nest, up high in the fireplace vent. That was the day I blacked out on vinegar water fumes, so it's a little fuzzy. Long story short, I've been staying with the captain ever since, and now I have my own truck and transport company. Still on the rocks with my lady girl, but time fixes things, or it doesn't. Which brings the story to today. I made short work of my deliveries, and had just left the tune-up shop with Doc's piano, all ready for tonight's session, and that's when the radio announcer said,
All right, Dude. The court has heard quite enough to rule on this matter, unless the complainant has anything to add.
No, Your Honor.
We will recess for 30 minutes while I deliberate with myself and return with the verdict.
So you're the new lead accordion? Congratulations. Dude should be here any minute. I don't know what to tell you. It's not usually like this. Have you met Doc and the professor?
Dude. Is a degenerate.
The charges are indecent exposure.
Is a degenerate.
What have you got to say for yourself?
Dude is a degenerate. And that's when the radio announcer said, No, that's all wrong. It's not what the radio announcer said. Let's try something a little different. I wrote a little song about it while I was in jail. That'll set the record straight. Yeah, we'll get to that. Has everybody met the new accordion lead? Degenerate. Degenerate. She was running fine, this old truck of mine. Hit a schedule, I was right on time. Just one more stop at the tune-up shop before I take my place in the sushi line. On the far side of town with the windows down, just me and Doc piano. With the radio playing, I heard a caller saying to the DJ on the radio, there's a naked man with a real nice tan in the fountain at the city mall. He's singing off key some melody, reminiscent of God Bless America. So I checked my map and holy crap, that mall's just down the block from me. When I drove up to see, there were police cars and security. They even had one in a tree. Time to go, I rolled out slow with the piano and the sushi snack. A California roll for me funked up soul and Doc's piano in the back. When I looked back to see who was following me across the bridge to the other side, I just had to stop for that lady cop to get a closer look at my ride. With the windows down and no one else around, that girl arrested me. Pulled out her cuffs sounding tough, said something about protocols and officer safety. Said, be a good sport, it'll settle in court. Right now I gotta take you to jail. Then you'll see the judge who's got no grudge. Probably get a ticket in the mail. It probably needs a part 2, but what did you think, Captain? I like it just the way it is. Short and sweet and to the point.
It does leave some unanswered questions.
Yes, like how did you convince the judge not to string you up driving around in a Speedo?
Come on, Doc. The report says he still had his work boots on.
I think he was going to throw the book at me, but while the court was in recess, the singer went back to the mall for an encore and apparently picked up his trash. They let him off with a warning, according to the radio announcer.